Hello, my friend, and welcome to today's episode. This is episode number 148, and this is week 25 of my. Wait a minute, is this week 25? I think so, right? This is the problem with my brain. And I have not, yeah, this is the week 25 of my PCOS weight loss journey. Now, if you are someone who's listening to me every day, or however much you're listening to me, understand the kind of brain that I have, you probably have something similar. That's why you are still in my world. So maybe you might not have issues with numbers, but you might have other issues, other sensitivities like me. And that's why you are in my world. Okay. So I did not prepare for this because I just didn't get time for it. Honestly, honest to God, I wanted to. And I didn't make time for it somehow. But you know what? I'm just gonna like start talking and I'm gonna spend around half an hour in this video so that you can see how my brain works. So today my weight is 54.6 kilos. Last week it was 53 kilos, so it's increased again. And it is because I was on a vacation. So last week I could not record the podcast because I was traveling to Kerala and I could not do much of my usual 50 PCOS habits. I think there were only I was drinking water, around 1 liter, and I was watching the sun. And there were days when I did not see the sun because in Kerala there were clouds, so I could not see the sun. But the moment sun appeared, I was seeing the sun. So, but that I think that was the only thing I did in my 50 PCOS habits, and some of them, but no, I couldn't do much of my 50 PCOS habits. So I did not see the sunset ever. I My eating window was not 6 a.m., 6 p.m. or sunset to sunrise. Um, I was having coffee before 12 p.m. I think I was not having any coffee, so that was working. I was not having any tea or coffee. In fact, there were a lot of things which I I do have an awareness of like things which worked in the vacation and things which didn't work and what I'll do differently. And I've not done that evaluation, so I'm going to use this as an opportunity to do that evaluation. But that's what I tell my clients as well. Like when I give them a homework and they will not do it, I know that because their brains will not prioritize it just the way my brain did not prioritize it. And I always tell them, let's use the session to do that evaluation so that it's done because this is important, right? So as I was on a vacation, like when I came back, I was like 56 kilos. That's the weight I saw. And this is what happens with vacations. Like when you leave your comfort and you go somewhere else, you're not eating the same food. Even if you eat the same kind of food, even then you will gain weight because there are like you are in different locations, so your brain is going to be in fear mode most times, which is going to like increase your cortisol, which is going to increase your insulin resistance. So that just happens with traveling, and this is not the first time I have traveled. I have been noticing this for like I think past 5 6 years, and I come back to normal generally when I return back. And this is one of the lessons I have learned is that, you know what, I'm not traveling at least till March now because it just disrupts so much, right? Like even now it's October, Diwali is here. So I have my house full of sweets, which there were only like two sweets which my husband likes. Of that, only one I could get, the other one the lady could not make. Rest all was my favor. So I got chakli, I got shankarpari, I got save, I got this besan laddu. I've been eating all of that as if like there's no tomorrow. Now, one of the things which I realized was, why do I do this? Like, why do I eat so much? And like, I got all this. Like, I paid that lady. I placed the order. I went and collected it. I. It was not, none of it was my husband. So this was like done exclusively by me. And I was like, why do I do this? And one of the reasons is like, yeah, I Diwali is one of my favorite festivals, and but I'm not around my family. Like if I was in India, when I used to be in India, we would have a complete different thing going on around Diwalis. So I'm not doing any of that this year or every year. I even got new clothes for Diwali, and I didn't even wear them on the Diwali day I was coaching. I don't have any pictures. So my brain is still attacking me for that. Like, you didn't do any pictures, you didn't do the only thing I did was decorated my front door and my balcony. I put out the lights, and today morning when I woke up, I was like, oh shit, I forgot to put the lights on. So my brain was attacking me for not doing Diwali properly. And there is a lot of trauma which comes with it. Like in my growing up years, like every festival used to be sort of like a lot of fights would happen in the house. And I sort of do the same thing. I see myself going through those patterns. So it's very stressful for me. Birthdays, Diwalis, any sort of festivities, it's just like so stressful. Like just messaging people happy Diwali is so uncomfortable. Um, and like just creating a message and everything is all of it is very uncomfortable for me. So, but there is still a desire to do it. But one thing I realize is this, that I got all that Diwali farar, we say, Diwali sweets, and I'm the one who's eating it, and I'm the one who's like not able to lose my weight because I have all of that kept in my kitchen counter and I'm eating it. Lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So like I'm like, I need to eat it. But why do I do that? I'm like curious, why do I do that? And for me personally, and everyone who has issues with food, who has some sort of dysfunctional relationship with food, either they have a malabsorption thing which is happening, which is like whatever they eat, they will get vomiting, nausea, diarrhea, and it's not getting absorbed, so they just keep eating because it's not staying in the body properly, or they didn't get food as a kid, or there is like a very weird thing happening with food. So in my case, I was very underweight as a child. So the memories of my childhood, like from the age of, I think when I was in my grade 3, grade 4, from that till grade 8, I was very skinny. People used to call me TB patient. I was that skinny. And I don't think I was not given food. Like, yeah, there was like during those times we didn't have all these kind of snacks and rich food available. So whatever is made at home, you eat that. And there is not much like biscuits. Like there were biscuits, but my father never really wanted us to have. And even at my grandparents' place, that was like a weekly affair when I used to be with them. Or when the guests come over, you take out the good food. So, but I was like well fed, and still I was very underweight. I don't know why. Maybe I might have some worms, or maybe I have this lactose intolerance, and I was just like there was some malabsorption syndromes, but I was very underweight. And when I was underweight, and even my father is the same, we are perpetually hungry. So I used to be perpetually hungry. So that's what my subconscious remembers. That food, like you're not like whatever you eat is not enough. So just keep eating. Now, when I gained weight, when I came to UAE, is the kind of food I ate, and I was not exercising, I was not sleeping, I was very stressed, and I gained that weight. Now all of that has gone, and yet food is like an issue, right? Like when such occasions happen, vacations or festivities, and this new food comes in, my brain unconsciously will go and eat more. So that thing was just happening on the vacation day as well. During the vacation, during my travels, I was very vigilant on what I eat because I knew because I was on the road all the time in the car, and in India, you might not find a good toilet. And if I get loose motions, which happens when I eat outside food, I'm very particular about the restaurants I eat in. I will be in a lot of discomfort, right? If there is no washroom. So I was very particular around food that I was eating. So whatever the restaurant offered in the morning for breakfast, I would like taste, I would eat slowly. And there were times when I was just having biscuits and like the things which my mom dad got, as much packaged as possible, very bland food. So there was bread, I was having bread, but there was some idli dosa, the chutneys. I was like little bit scared of having the chutneys, but I was having bread butter because I knew that that is safer. I was scanning the food, how it is presented. I was not having much fruit because I don't trust foods which are like open and kept because they might be like from yesterday. So and I get loose motions really fast. So I was very cautious when I was traveling, and luckily I didn't get any loose motions or anything except for one day. This was the second last place I was in, and I think their chutney and their dosa, something was wrong with it, and I was getting this chest pain. So I'm like so good at noticing that as well. And I knew that it will go, like it hurt my stomach, but it will be fine. I won't get loose motions, and I didn't get any loose motions. I was taking my electrolytes, not much electrolytes because I was having the food overall was spicy. So I was not having much spicy food. But this, I could not even prepare myself. Like now that I'm talking about it, I don't even remember much. Like there was like, it's like, I don't remember much. I'll have to sit and document what all I ate. But what I remember is I was very vigilant around those foods. I didn't become unconscious and I didn't like just overeat things. I was eating very slowly and very cautiously. So when I came back, I was around 56 kilos. Now, when on the very next day, we went to get the Diwali sweets, and Diwali sweets came in, and then I was just like eating that, snacking on that. And I remember my brain was like, you know what, screw that. It's just 2 months remaining, November and December. We're not gonna get to our goal. Just leave it, yeah. Just leave it. And the period did not come. So I think last week I did mention about how my period, I felt the ovulation. I don't know whether I mentioned that, but last week, let me just check. Hold on. Yeah, so I'm just checking my records. Like there was a time when I suspected I am ovulating, and like I was having the pelvic pain, the slimy discharge. So this was, and I was extra horny. So this was on 5th, 6th, 7th, these 3 days of October, this happened, and I got my period just today. So like if I assume I ovulated on 7th plus 14, 22nd, 21st, 22nd, that's when I've got my period. So that makes sense. But because the period did not come, like I was already predicting that, but because periods, I remember stating in the last video that you know what, anything can happen. I should not think too much about it. But this theory makes sense that yeah, it I did ovulate late that month, last month, instead of ovulating on 13, 14 day. I was having the period disturbance. I had like bled again a little bit, but I think the ovulation happened late, which is again the hallmark of PCOS. So the insulin resistance continues, but but at least I ovulated. That's what I'll say. And I also, like, if you're someone who worries about delayed ovulation, understand if you're trying to get pregnant, if you see the signs of ovulation, which is like slimy discharge, pelvic heaviness, you are horny, and you have sex during that time, most likely you are ovulating. Like if we do an ultrasound, we'll see that. But you can do the ovulation kit test as well during those times and see if you're ovulating. So I did ovulate, and it's exact math. After 13, 14 days, you will get your period. So that's what has happened for me. So I was not that upset with me. There was one thought which was like, you know what, maybe you are just perimenopausal. Maybe, because how much weight can you lose, Rashmi? I mean, you are already exercising. I didn't exercise during those days, but I resumed it the moment I came back. I was like, you're already exercising. You have reduced so much stress. You're doing so much work. Maybe you're just menopausal. Maybe your ovarian reserve is just like this is supposed to just happen. And at least it's not frequent periods. It's delayed. Delayed is fine, right? So I was like, just eat whatever you want. We'll see. Let's see. So this is where my brain was. And I know I've drawn a boundary around myself and I've said that, till end of December, we're going to talk about weight loss. And after that, we're just going to let it go. We're just going to let it go. Now, this is very specific for me now because for my height, my current weight, 54, 50, what is it, 54.67 today, I'm 155 centimeters, 154 centimeters. So that is like okay weight for my body. But if you are someone who is overweight, we need to look into it and we need to really work on this. But, or if you want to gain weight, if you are having health issues, we need to look into it. But if you don't have health issues, there is a way to make peace with it because ultimately it does come down to bringing your energy calm, bringing that emotional stress down, making your fear based part of your brain feel safe on a regular basis. Because if you think about our mindset, our mind, most of the day we are in a fear response. So if you see yourself overeating or smoking, drinking, constantly surfing, constantly seeking for some sort of relief, some sort of dopamine, you are in some sort of fear mode. Most of the times we are in some sort of fight mode. We are fighting in our brain about something. We're procrastinating. Okay, wait a minute. There was a post I had over here. Oh no, where did it go? It disappeared. It was a really nice one. Ah, yeah. So the fight mode is when you are angry, when you're feeling like a victim, when you're judging someone else, when you're fighting with someone else. That's the fear trauma response of fight. So if you're doing that in your brain, understand you're in a fight mode. Flight mode is when you're like fleeing off, you want to escape, disassociate. This is when you ruminate, start ruminating, or you overdoing things, or you're not relaxing, you're not trusting, and you're procrastinating. It's like you escaped. Then there's a freeze mode where you just like, the bear has come and you're just like frozen, right? Here you hide and you overeat or you blank out. You just like dissociate. This is also dissociation happens here. And the third response is fawn response, where you go into pleasing the other person, people pleasing or over apologizing, or you are in indecision. Like that is a fawn response, indecision, confusion, constantly fearing to decide because if you decide, that means something bad would happen. So most of us are in some sort of this sort of fear response, and we need to constantly regulate ourselves. And we have an option to just regulate ourselves with breath work. I mean, a few videos before that, I had shown how I regulated my own energy, right? Like I was speaking so fast and suddenly bring it down. And right now, I'm recording this session after a client, after coaching a client. And I didn't coach him very hard because he was not in a emotional state to coach really hard. But I just was like speaking very gently. So I have that energy. So I'm carrying forward in this call. So speak very softly, right? Like that could be a way to regulate the nervous system. Now, if we are always in fight response or fear response basically, and we are overeating or we are like surfing on the internet or we are avoiding to do some work or we are picking up fights with people, understand there is an option to go into love, to feel safe first of all, to tell your body that you're safe. There's nothing, there's no danger here. And like the way you can do that is by nervous system regulation. And I've spoken about it in the past, but I'll just revise it here. Number one, breath work. Just bring your attention to your breathing. And if you can do the box breathing, breathe in 4 counts, hold 4 counts, breathe out 4 counts, hold 4 counts. So it's like breathe in 4 counts, breathe out, hold, breathe out, hold. So it becomes a box. Apart from that, you can just like do a slow exhale. So if you're like breathing in and all, so it's just like very slow exhale. It's basically activating the parasympathetic. And my kid in her school, they taught her giving a hot chocolate, something like this, and like it's like making a hot chocolate and like blowing the steam. This is how their teachers taught them how to regulate themselves. Here, make the hot chocolate. So breathing out. Then my daughter had a finger tracing method, which is like you trace the finger like this. Finger tracing. It's tickling me. But if you're listening to me on the Spotify podcast, check out the video. I show how to finger trace. Okay. So this one, it's such a sensory experience. The brain forgets whatever fear you are having and focuses on this. Apart from that, there is the 5 4 3 2 1 method where 5 things you can see: this lamp, this video, this computer, this fan, the water glass, my phones. 4 things that I can hear. So right now I'm wearing this, so I can't hear anything. It's on a nice cancellation, but I can hear myself. I can hear my breath. Um, if I want to hear more, I might remove this and listen to the white noise or something, right? 3 things that I can touch: table, myself, touch your chest, hand on heart, right? 2 things that you can smell. So you can always smell your armpit. Or if you have a perfume or a lipstick which smells good, you can just smell that. And one thing that you can, what is the one thing? I always forget. Taste. Taste taste your own saliva or taste the water or juice, whatever is in front of you. So this is again a way to find evidence of safety. So your brain sort of gathers data that, oh yeah, we are not in danger, right? Apart from that, there is also what is yeah, movements, neck movements, finger movements, walking, dancing, singing, humming. These are all ways to regulate your nervous system because we are all the time in fight mode. You can do a body scan. So generally, like our jaws are very stiff. Just drop the jaw, drop the shoulder, drop your hands, drop your legs, just drop everything like a rag doll method. Just, the dolls which are always like that, rag doll. So become like a rag doll in wherever you're sitting. And you can do these exercises even at work, even when you're standing. You can just like, right? So, where was I? So, this is what, where was I? Yeah. So when I'm going for my Diwali sweets, that has reduced now. Like I was having Diwali sweets even for my breakfast, but for the last 2 days, I didn't have that. Now, for dinner and lunch, I'm having a bit. Now, regarding the Diwali sweets are gonna get over soon, so I'm gonna just continue eating it. There's no way I'm gonna like let them go to waste because Diwali comes like once a year. And if you see, this is an emotional part which has come out and speaking. I would see this in my clients so much who will come and like their emotional parts get activated. It's like a personality who comes and like starts talking. But this is the thing that Diwali sweets are gonna stay. I'm okay with it being there for now. And later on, once they're over, I will see. But I want to get back to my 50 PCOS habits and I might just revise it. What are these 50 PCOS habits that I'm working on? So I have, if you're on my email list, you might be receiving emails from me about all the 50 PCOS habits, and soon I'm going to come up with something really exciting. And it will be available for you guys for free, hopefully. Okay, so The 50 PCOS habits, these are a lot, right? And it's my type of brain who comes up with a lot of things because we predict this kind of brain, the anxious brain will predict like so many things which are like this can go wrong, this can go wrong, this can go wrong, this can go wrong. Like we are like 20, 30 in this case, 50 steps ahead of like all the things that are wrong. So eating balanced meals with proteins and heavy fats and this is the habit number one. This one, I I think I just need to focus on reducing the carbs, otherwise it's fine by me. Not overeating, I think that's fine. Have processed carbs and sugar once a week or twice now. I just need to finish my Diwali sweet after that. So that is not gonna happen. Have it too. Practice portion control. Yes, this is definitely going to happen. I don't really want to lose weight. I'm just like, I don't even know if I want to lose weight at this point. I really just want to regulate my periods. And that also, I'm like, if they're not heavy and if they're not too frequent, I'm okay with it. Let's see how it goes. But then again, this is what I feel right now. It might change. I might change the way I feel. I might go gung-ho and full on committed into doing this maybe by next week, maybe. Because it just happens like whenever you are, this is another thing. Whenever you're transitioning into the new identity, it's not like you're gonna go from PCOS to no PCOS. It just doesn't happen. So it's not going to be like straight curve. It's going to be like this. So some days you're gonna do it, everything, you're gonna follow most habits, and then some days nothing will work. And then you'll go down, 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 you'll feel shit, and then again, toop, you will go up. And then you'll come down, no shit, 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 and then go up again. So that's how you're gonna reach up there, okay? So maybe I'll be better tomorrow, next week. Maintaining regular meal times, this one works, yeah. Eating between sunrise and sunset, this one, I don't know. Sunset is happening so early, but 6 p.m. is like, I don't know if I can. I don't know. I don't know if I want to, but I need to sit on and think about this. Intermittent fasting between dinner and breakfast, yes, I'm doing this. Not to prolong fast every day, maybe just once a week. No, I don't want to do fasting. I hate it. Reduce alcohol once a week. Ooh, alcohol. Friday's coming. I would love to have some alcohol. So once a week, yes, I will have. Stop smoking. I don't smoke. Reduce caffeine. Limit it to before 12 p.m. Yeah, this one I'll do. Have 2 to 3 liters of water. This one I'll do. Have water electrolytes. Yes, this one I'll do. Have multivitamins. Yes, I've started doing it because I fear weight hair loss. So I'm having it. Plan your meals ahead of time. This I'm doing. Avoid snacking, calorie rich. This one is snacking. I'm not doing. Yeah. Yeah, I won't do it. See sunrise, sunset. Sunset, I'm not seeing. Sunrise, I see. Um, be in sunlight without glasses. I'm walking. So in the sun. Sit in sun with skin exposed. Again, I'm walking in the sun. Step out of the house daily is stepping out, yes. Ground yourself by touching the ground every morning. Yeah, I walk without my slippers. Daily walking, yes. Daily hit. 20 minutes I'm not doing, but I'm doing maybe like 5, 10 minutes. Daily run 20 minutes. This is not happening. Maybe 5 minutes. Daily 20 minutes lifting weights. Maybe like this is also 5 minutes only, not 20 minutes. This is all athletic level. One day I will. Daily fun exercise like yoga. Yes, I'm doing yoga. It's so fast, like a dance. Keep exercise clothes equipment ready the night before. This one, because I'm exercising at home now, because the gym is under construction, so I get my coach to like come online here and then we do body weight exercises. Aim to sleep 6, 7 to 9 hours. I don't think this is happening. I have not even looked at my data and I don't want to, but maybe I should. That's not happening. Have a constant bedtime routine before going to bed. I do have this to keep phone away while sleeping. I do this. Go to bed at the same time daily, almost same time. Keep rooms dark and cold. This one is difficult with my husband. If wake up at night, stay in bed, eyes closed. Yeah, I don't wake up at night generally. I stay in bed and close. I don't do anything. Listen to a guided sleep meditation before going to bed. I want to do this. I have found a good meditation with this new coach I am with. Yeah, I might do this. Don't drink, or I might create my own meditation audio and I'll share it with you guys how I did it. That's something which is coming up, okay? So stay tuned. Don't drink water 3 hours before going to bed. I don't do this. Oh, I have to go pick up my daughter. Fix any infections or condition that wake you up at night. My allergies are so much under control. Avoid snoozing. This one is a challenge, but I'm working on it. Like today, I did not snooze at all, but this alarm I did snooze. But for sleeping and getting up in the morning, avoid snoozing. Sleep when eyes are heavy. Yes, I sleep. Dim all lights in the house after sunset. My husband doesn't like it, but I'm gonna like sneakily keep doing it so he doesn't come to know. Or maybe I can get some new lamps, and I have many lamps in the house, so I'm just gonna put the lamps on. Let's see. Dim all devices after sunset. This one, yeah, I don't do it. I should do it. I will find out about this. Activate do not disturb mode after 9 p.m. It's on do not disturb anyway. Don't see time if woken up at night. I don't see it. Stay away from phone 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime and after waking up. Yes, smile at yourself in the mirror. I try to do this if I remember, but I want to do it more. Meditate for a 15 to 20 minutes before starting your day. Meditate 15. Yeah, I meditate every day. Write a daily letter to self about attitude. I do this. Write daily celebration letters. I don't do this. Should do more of this. Practice 20-minute worry journal. Well, I do this. Listen to a song you love. I do this. Evaluate emotions that make you eat out of plan. I do this. Do 5 breath every time not feeling good. I do this also, but I just feel don't feel good sometimes so much. So, you know what I'm thinking? I'm gonna create a meditation and audio recording of all these. Like it just goes into like whatever I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna listen to it and maybe one day share with you guys on one of the videos how I created it so that you can create something of your own, or maybe you can listen to mine. Um, yeah, that's a good idea, right? So that's like for 50 PCOS habits, I'm gonna do that, and I want to do something for my business as well. So two meditations I'm gonna create, and let's see how that goes. Because the bottom line is not reach that number, 50 kilos. My bottom line is to be calm and happy in my mind and in my body, and be healthy also. All right, so that's it for today. I will see you next time. Bye.